Okay, this is going to be a quick video on how to use Multistreamer. I've got a video that goes along with this about how to install Multistreamer, and if you're looking to actually get it running on your own server, I suggest you go watch that other video. It's longer, but I go into details on like every single item in the config file and what everything like means, and go over concepts, etc. But if you're looking just to use it, you've got a friend or something that's running this on the server for you somewhere, this is the video for you. So let's get into it. So first thing you do is you're going to go ahead and I'm going to go and log out. Actually, you're going to pull up whatever URL you got for Multistreamer, and you're going to get logged into it with whatever username and password the guy told you to use. Yeah, and this is my actual main instance that I'm connected to, where I've already got a lot of things set up, but we can still go over everything. So when you first log in, you're going to have this section called streams, and it's probably going to be blank. And all you'll have is this create new stream link, and then you'll also have accounts, and that'll probably also be blank, and you'll have a area down here to add new accounts. And so yeah, once you log in, you'll just come down here, and whatever services you have accounts for, go ahead and add a new one. So you can also, most of these things let you just click add again and it's fine, right? Like I can re-add my Facebook, I can re-add my Twitch. It doesn't hurt anything. And so once you've added an account, it'll pop up here in this list where you can remove it if you want, or you can, certain accounts, like if you have a team, that does things like for instance on Twitch, we have a game that tune that a couple of us can stream to. So there's a share option where you can share it with other users on the system. So like if you click that, you'll get this list of who else has an account, and you can just boop boop, off you go. Yeah, so there's that. So once you've added some accounts, your next step is going to make a stream. And basically what I tend to do is each one of these streams, it's going to get its own stream key. So then over in OBS, I make a new profile, right? And each profile has a stream key associated with it. And so I'll make basically my profiles have the same names as these streams to make it easy. So let's go and make a new stream. And I'm just going to call this demo for YouTube. And I'm going to stream to, let's go to YouTube and my Twitch. Sure. Yeah, so once you've created the stream, you'll get this page where you have like a URL of, this is the URL you'll be punching into OBS in a minute, along with a stream key for you to get. Before I do that, let's give all this stuff some metadata. So we'll type in just making a demo on how to use Multistreamer. Hey there, I'm making a video about how to use Multistreamer. Test post, please ignore. Whatever. So once you've typed something here into title and description, you'll notice you basically have these sections for each of your different accounts that this is going to be streaming to. You can hit this copy button, and it'll copy down to the similarly named fields. So if there's a field name title, it goes to that. If there's a field name description, it goes to that. But you still have to come through and update these things. So let's call this creative, right? And then I'm going to change this. Right now, you do have to choose where you want to stream to, and you want to check with whoever set this up. Ask them what you should pick. You want to pick whatever's closest to the server that Multistreamer is actually running on. So in my case, my server is in Seattle, so we'll choose Seattle. It's not the location closest to you. It's it's wherever the server is. So again, if you're the one that set it up, choose whatever's closest to your server. If you had a friend set up, be like, hey man, what do I put here? And again, in a future update, I'm going to make it so whoever is running this, they choose, the stream endpoint. Okay. Then YouTube, I'm just going to set this all to private. And YouTube, you have to choose. I still haven't figured out a good way to like auto detect this, seamlessly. So you do have to choose what resolution and frame rate you plan to stream at. And so, yeah, basically just in OBS, make sure that this all matches up. We shall do that now. So let me go ahead and hit submit. Okay, and then we have up here settings saved. So let me switch over to OBS. I've got this little demo test video loaded, with color bars. So let's see, let's go to settings. And first things first is under video. 720p is 1280 by 720. For all those other values, you can go look up what they actually mean. Like I know off the top of my head, 1080p is 1920 by 1080. 1440p is 2560 by 1440, etc. But those are pretty easy to Google. And then, yeah, under your frames per second, make sure it matches. If you're doing 60, change it to 60. And double check what the different services allow for video. Like, I'm pretty sure Facebook only allows 1280 by 720, like as their max. They might let you go higher. I'm not sure. Yeah, and then everything else you can leave on defaults. Like, you can use whatever you want for your sound. You can, change the video bitrate and blah, 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 up to you. One thing I do recommend is, where is it? I think it's under advanced. I'm not, this is not worry about it. So then this is the important bit though, is stream. You're going to change stream type from services to custom streaming server. And you're going to copy this URL here. Paste it into that. Oh. I remember how to copy paste. There we go. And then you'll grab your stream key. So you hit show, right? So you get the stream key. Oh. Dang it. And paste that into there. If you want, you can click show to look at it and verify it matches. Let's see, this begins with what is that? 7F ends with F6, begins with 7F ends with F6. Okay, yeah, that matches. Okay, so now when I hit start streaming, it is going to, go into Multistreamer, and Multistreamer has this stream set up to go to my Twitch and my YouTube. I'm specifically not doing Facebook because it is against the Facebook terms of service to do stream simulcasting, right? Like, I mean, there is an exception, which is that if you're going to your own website that you own and you're simulcasting there, like, that's fine. But you can't simulcast to Facebook Live and Twitch or Facebook Live and YouTube. Like, that's not allowed. However, this does let this. Even though it's called Multistreamer, you can use it with just one thing. So like I've got profiles where I stream to just Facebook, and it lets me, makes it really easy to use, say, OBS to stream to my personal Facebook thing. So yeah. Whoa, this is going crazy. Oh, because it's at 30 frames per second, but okay, yeah. I made my video with too many frames per second, I think. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. Man, that was weird. All right, so anyways, I'll go ahead and I'll hit start streaming. And then we'll give that a few seconds. It takes a little bit because it does, OBS waits for Multistreamer to actually say, like, okay, you're streaming. Multistreamer, is going to be talking to YouTube and talking to Twitch and whoever else. And so it'll take a few seconds while it, like, verifies that everything went through correctly. But, if once that button says stop, that means you're streaming. So now if I go to my channel, come on. So it's so weird having it on like a smaller screen right now. I'm not used to this. Come on, where you at? That's what I was doing. Oh yeah, I probably have to come down here live streaming. Events. There we go. Yeah, now streaming. If this was public, this would be way easier to find. Having it private makes it kind of a bitch. But yeah, so there's that. That's live streaming, and then let me pull up my Twitch. All right, and that's streaming there. Wait, maybe not. Uh-oh. What happened here? Oh, okay. It just didn't like figure it out yet. Whew. I mean, does that look about right? Man, it's like 20 seconds behind, but oh well, whatever. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's all going. So let me go ahead and hit stop for now. And we'll go over the other feature, which is that you can monitor all your comments and chat and garbage from, with IRC. So if we come back here to my Multistreamer tab, you'll notice that back on the main page, there's a section down here that says IRC info with a host name and a port and whether or not you need SSL. So let's see, I've got Adium pulled up here, which is a multi-client IRC or multi-network chat program. And so let's go and do add account, IRC. So nickname, that's going to be the same username that you use to actually log in, right? So, and then host name, then your password. And depending on the IRC, so Multistreamer lets you log into IRC with 2 different methods. One is called SASL and one is called like password or /pass. Each IRC client kind of presents that differently. The one thing it does not support is NIC-serve authentication. So if you're used to using NIC-serve, like you're not going to use that. So let's find here. Let me go back to the web page. What did that say? Port 7000 and SSL. So let's pull Adium back up. We'll do port 7000. Use SSL. So now I should get logged in. There it goes. Says I'm available. And I was logged in earlier. Oops. I was logged in earlier, so I'm rejoining rooms, but let me just close all that. So I'm logged in. Okay, boom. Now your Multistreamer instance may or may not have the auto join feature enabled. Mine does, but that's like optional, right? But basically, if it's enabled, check with whoever's running it. If it's enabled, at this point you're good to go. You can start streaming and just join the room. It'll automatically join the room when you start. And so if it's not though, you do have to manually join the room. But you can just find your stream. What do I call it? Demo for YouTube. And under here it'll have the name of the room, so you can always just join that. In fact, you know what? Let me go and join it manually, anyways. So let's see here, ADM file, new group chat. Yeah, punch that in there. Yeah, and so when you join the room, you'll have a topic, right? So it says here the topic for blah, blah, blah is status offline. So this will be cool. Let me go and start streaming. And in a few seconds, once the stream starts, here we go, a bunch of stuff happened, right? So we've got 2 users that joined. One is called Twitch JPRJR and one is called YouTube John Regan. So these are bots that represent, what you're streaming to and who you're streaming as. So I'm streaming to Twitch as JPRJR. I'm streaming to YouTube as John Regan. And you'll notice down here, the status changed to status live and then links to your stream. So you can just click one of these links and get to your stream, which is, YouTube takes like 30 seconds to actually start. It's really pretty annoying. But yeah, that's usually how I get to these streams. That's why it took me so long for the main YouTube interface, because I never use that. I always just come in this way. There we go. So that's running. And then let me switch back here and let's pull up Twitch. And so the IRC interface is pretty nice because you can use this to, keep tabs on your chat, and you can even respond to the chat from here. So for instance, on Twitch, I'm going to type in like, huzzah. And if I come back here, that should be there immediately, right? So we see here, the messages come in kind of backwards from how the bots are set up. It's always username and then where it's from. So Game That Tune on Twitch said huzzah. So now, if I want to respond to this, I can basically if my message begins with the name of one of those bots, I'll be sending a message to that stream, you know, as that person, right? So I begin this with Twitch-JPRJR, and then you can have like, you can have a colon, you can have a comma, you can have no character, just a space, whatever. But, and I can say like, oh, yeah, man, this is awesome, something like that. And hey, you can see it right there. It just popped up there on Twitch. And so yeah, same thing with YouTube. Let me switch to YouTube. And where is the live chat on here? I feel like because I made my window so small, it's not showing up. Or maybe because I made it private, there's no point in chatting. That might be the problem. Whoa. So I'm getting a call on Hangouts right now? That never happens. I do not know who that is. Fuck you. Get out of here. Sorry, that got distracting. Okay, yeah, so I guess because I made this private, it might not have enabled the chat. Let me see if I can change that real quick here. Oh, where my mouse go? There it is. Let's just change this to unlisted for now. Let's refresh that. Okay, yeah, so that's good to know. The chat only shows up if it's like actually available. So, all right, this is YouTube. And let's pull back the chat program. There I am on YouTube, and so same thing here. And it'll pop up. What did I click? Okay, so the YouTube one winds up making kind of a loop, which is a little weird. But yeah, it popped up there. You tend to see, I haven't figured out how I want to deal with the fact that, you know, I see the message come back when I do YouTube. So yeah, that's the basic deets on how to use Multistreamer and how to use the IRC chat and all that. It's really not too complicated. It's meant to be pretty easy. Current limitations right now is when you use Facebook, the IRC lets you read, when people like your video or comment on your video and things like that, but you can't respond from the IRC room, and that's the limitation of a Facebook API. So I'm hoping they update it to let me do that, because that'd be nice. Oh yeah, and Twitch, this thing also like properly supports when people emote, so I can come into Twitch and type /me is loving this, right? And so it says there, I'm logged into a different user, Game That Tune is loving this, and that will actually pop up in Adium. Let's switch back to that. The way Adium displays it is pretty stupid. The way it's on two different lines like that, like it's not surrounded by stars for some reason. I don't get why they do that. Most IRC programs display that as just like Game That Tune is loving this, like the same way it displays it in Twitch. Like I don't know why Adium does it like that. But yeah. Hopefully that was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and end this before it gets too long and people go like, oh my God, I'm not watching this. I mean, I'm already at 20 minutes, but yeah. So now let me let me show you here. If I hit stop streaming in OBS, you'll notice that these things, they all left the room. And then the other thing too is, let me go and quit Adium entirely, right? And like if you get the order on this wrong, it's not a problem at all, right? So I've gone ahead and started streaming, and let me pull up Adium, and let's get logged in. And I keep like clicking these things like in my OBS window because I'm an idiot. But yeah, you'll see that like I was able to join the room, everything's running, everything's fine, you know. So if you hit start, you're like, oh, I forgot IRC, like that's no problem. Like when you join, if the auto join feature's turned on, you'll be automatically brought into the room. If it's not, you still have to join the room on your own. But everything just keeps happening in the background without you. You know, it doesn't really care whether or not you're actually connected, so you can join at any time. It's not a big deal. And also, the root user supports some commands, so you can type !summon, or I'm sorry, !help, and it'll tell you what the different commands are. So there's a help command and a summon command. So I can type help summon. Whoops. And it tells me how to use, you know, the summon command. So summon lets you, like if you have multiple users on the IRC server, like the name of this chat room is kind of long, right? You know, John Demo for YouTube. So if I know my friend like David is on, I'm gonna just type !summon David, and it'll bring him in here so that, you know, he doesn't have to mess around with figuring out how to join. Or like, you know, typoing the room name, you know, and crap like that. So yeah, that is about it. I hope this is helpful, and yeah, have a good day.